What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for another episode of Shadowrun Dragonfall. In the previous episode, we had just been killing stuff in a basement. Seems to be the story of our lives here as we run through the shadows, just killing stuff in a basement. But where would there be more shadows than in a basement? So it makes sense that we would Shadowrun in places where there are lots of shadows. That's where we came on in, so I think we want to go back down. In the previous episode, we got into that workout room, we got set on fire. It had not been very pleasant for us, bad things had happened. And so hopefully we recover now. Looks like we got a walkway down there. And I think there was buttons or something to be pressed in here. I saw like a little console. And when it comes to pushing people's buttons and pushing buttons on things, I enjoy it a lot. I mean, it's always fun to push a button, right? Just be like, eep boop. It's always pleasurable. Let's see what this thing is down here. It looks it's sitting there in a sinister fashion as though it wants to be pressed. Yep, I knew it. It was going to have a little hand icon. Let's do this thing. Next to some ancient but still functional ventilation intake fans is a panel labeled ventilation controls. It contains a row of 4 red plastic buttons labeled 1 through 4. The light above number 2 is currently lit. There's a leveler labeled manual bypass next to the label. You hear an electric motor come to life somewhere, then quickly fall silent. The display flickers and the number 1 lights up. Okay. I have no idea what we're manipulating right now. So if there's one thing I know about solving switch logic puzzles and like binary puzzles, it's that you don't want to fiddle with them until you have like some kind of visual representation of what you're messing with, because really it can be kind of one of those self-replicating issues. Alright, so we've got a strike team to deal with and they've got us caught out of cover. So I think what I'll do... God, they are just lined up for a grenade right now. So I think what I'll do is let's take a look at who might have a grenade and who might not. I think I've used them all up at this point. And yeah, we've basically used... I'm going to save that for a rainy day because you never know. So let's handle him first with a burst shot. He's only got 60 health, so it shouldn't take us too much more than like one turn to get rid of him. So he made a mistake running through the doorway. You never want to be the first guy in. That's one of the rules of Shadowrun, that really you never want to be that first guy through the door, at least in this game anyways. Really don't want to be the first guy through the door. I don't know if I should open up from here on him or if I should take cover. I mean, we're in grenade range pretty badly. So I think what I'd like to do is we'll have Glory take the frontal position right here. We'll have Blitz take this back position, and then on the next turn we'll have Iger retreat. I'm a little bit wounded, which is almost a bit like being a little bit country and a little bit rock and roll, but not nearly as fun or not nearly as catchy. I need to get her going with the adrenal pump, so we'll do that. I'm going to set her to do a burst fire overwatch in case anybody else decides to come in. Ooh, one-shot him. Vicious. She's a killer. There's a couple more guys down for 34 damage. He's trying to run up and hit me with a katana, which I am not totally okay with. I mean, I'm partially okay with being hit with a katana because that's an awesome way to go out. I mean, it's better than being in a car accident, but still. I am going to haste. Blitz has the best shot on everybody over here, and so I'm going to have him go with the extra AP. It might be a bad choice, but still, could be worse. He's out of ammo, so we'll confirm the reload and take one final shot at that guy. So there's 6 damage done, which leaves Glory in the position of having to play backup here. He's pretty quick, too. Apparently, he's difficult to swipe. So there's 6 damage with the bleed effect. There's 18 damage. We don't have a burst fire. So instead, I think I'm just going to go for another swipe, and we're going to miss. On this side, we've got to decide what we want to do. We got a Vanguard Mage. All these guys are fairly weak, so I think I'm going to go for the mage target first. Just to make sure we don't catch any fireballs or anything like that. He's going to use a healing stim on himself, and he's going to open up full auto on me for what looks like 30 damage. We also got a crit on Iger, so this is going to be a high-stakes battle already. And they've focused on 3-toe one more time. The AI loves to focus on the main character. It's one of those little kind of flaws that you note as you play through the game, is that they always go after the main character no matter where you try and hide him. Kind of a weird thing. Like, I don't know why they program. I think it's just kind of artificial difficulty that they've implemented, where it's just like, guess what? We're always going after the main character. You can assume that at least 75% of us are always going to be on the main character. And if you play a samurai, that's okay, but given that I think they should have gone with kind of like a pseudo-aggro system, where somebody dealing insane amounts of damage becomes a preliminary target, just to kind of limit the chances. But, you know, I guess that would let support characters like my own kind of walk around uninhibited. Still, it's a little bit weird that even though they've only seen him once through the door and I run him all the way away, they will all turn around now and try and get at him no matter what. Kind of one of those weird situations. I've noted it in previous episodes, so it's not one of those things that I like to rant about. Still, kind of a flaw. I definitely would call that an AI flaw. Just always focusing on the main character becomes tiresome after a while. Just be like, alright, I get it. You're trying to make the game more difficult by always focusing on the guy that instantly ends the game if he dies. I think now what we'll do is we've killed off everybody here. Obviously, we're going to have to use some more med kits because our entire team is pretty beat up. I wish that there was like a health display around here somewhere. I mean, I guess I can do it through this menu, but we'll use the advanced med kit on myself. And I guess we'll just keep on moving. A supply locker rests here on the ground. That's going to be the thing from the previous episode, and since I've had a little bit of a gap in between recording times, I'm not going to be able to remember the number. Let's see here. We've got 3971, and it looks like our blueprint, I'm noticing. I'm willing to bet this probably has something to do with the nerve gas that we picked up. But bulk storage, vent 3 as the label CIC, administration. Anyways, let's deal with one thing at a time here. So 3971 I think is going to be... So we'll take the drugs. We've got Kamikaze. We'll send that to the stash. I don't think Kamikaze is going to help us out that much. I was hoping by stims they meant that they had a bunch of medkits and things. I don't know what to do with that down there. I'm guessing it allows me to gas various people, but I'm not sure. And I'm not one to fiddle with things that I'm not sure what they do. At first I thought it was going to be for us to get rid of Firewing in her corporeal human form so that we could gas her, but I don't think that's necessarily what it's for. What does this do? The air begins to stir, then develops into a stronger pull of air as sucked rapidly through the large circular vent. The light above number 1 is currently lit on the adjacent panel. Okay, so, well, we've already cleared out a number of locations. Let me look one more time. My guess is that I mean, I don't know where we've been. I actually would have liked to have seen a real map of this so I could look at the layout and be like, okay, so we've been over here, we've been over here. Obviously, we did firing range because that's where we got all those grenades from. Bulk storage, I have no idea where that might be. CIC, I don't know what that means. Administration, I can guess that we probably haven't done administration. So maybe, actually, you could probably gas them all, to be honest, assuming you're not standing in them. That might backfire on us. Let's press button 1. Alright, and so apparently we just gassed out somebody. I don't know who. Oh good, it's coming through the vents right there. Well, that's not what I wanted. I could have just made a major issue for myself. I may have just like sarin gassed myself. It's difficult to tell right now, but we will find out shortly enough when like our eyes begin to weep and our skin begins to melt or something. Hit ourselves with Agent Orange, this is great. But it is a totally Splattercat thing to do. I have no idea what that did. I'm not really sure. The chamber is equipped with a small emergency medical suite. The system appears to be designed to automatically treat major tissue damage in high trauma situations. The machine lights up as you approach, making a soft humming sound. A line of text appears on the unit's LCD screen. Bumona Emergency Field Trauma Unit online. OS 1.213 initializing. Please stand by. Greetings, trauma victim. Would you like to activate treatment protocols? Let's look at the treatment history. Multiple third-degree burns, second-degree burns, chemical burns, third-degree burns. Okay. Alright, everybody, time to heal up. Cool. After several minutes of needle prods, sutures, and administration of unknown chemicals, your combat injuries are fully healed. Lovely. So that eliminates the need for the medkits altogether, although this room is looking fairly stacked up with all those goodies. Let's pass out medkits. And I'm going to replace one of these with it. We've got another Bumona kit. I'm going to confirm that just to make sure. Alright, and so we're back to where we started. Let's get on in here. You're about to transition? Yes, we would like to continue, not knowing. I just released a bunch of nerve gas into the tunnels. I think I'm leaving. You exit the clean room to find yourself at the threshold of a vast underground chamber. If the abandoned facility that you just fought through was purgatory, then you now stand at the gateway to hell. The heat emanating from ahead hits you like a hammer. The smell of sulfur and ozone is enough to make your lunch want to find somewhere to hide. Above the noise created by the whir of turbines, you can hear the deep rumble of something feral waking up. Something very, very big. You check your weapons and step into the vast chamber. Oh man, we're about to get fire-winged. This is going to be terrible. There is no way that this is going to work out for us. Looks like we've gotten the sneak on a security guard here. The smell of sulfur and ozone fills the cavernous chamber. Despite the whir of several high-output exhaust fans, the heat is tremendous. As you enter, you hear a loud click followed by the squeal of audio feedback. Then Audran Val Clair's voice booms over the loudspeakers. I don't know how you escaped the laboratory, but please, stop. I must complete the virus infusion process. I have to release her. Our future as a species depends on it. Well, we can tell him to step away or it's going to end poorly. So we can threaten, we can call him a lunatic, we can say don't do it, and we can appeal to his sense of reasonability. We can, or his reasonable nature, we can go with, I know you want to aid, okay, I'm sorry, Doctor. I know you want to aid humanity, but murder and genocide isn't the way. Don't take the moral high ground with me, Shadowrunner. How many people did you and your team butcher to get here? Dozens, easily. And why? To avenge the deaths of your friends? To protect your Kreuzbazar? The scale of your crimes does not protect you from the same judgment that you're attempting to pass upon me, nor do any altruistic motivations that you may ascribe to them. I'm attempting to save humanity itself. The time for discussion is over. I'm done debating you. He pauses, puzzled. Still, I must understand how you escaped the test lab. A thought comes to him and his tired eyes glitter in triumph. It was her, wasn't it? Firewing, it must be. You made some sort of deal. She helped you escape, and in return, you will help her rejoin her dragon body. Firewing showed me a way out, and now I'm offering one to you. What did she promise you? Gold, jewels, eternal life? She offered them to me as well, for decades. It doesn't matter now. The infusion process has already begun. The dragon is waking up, and soon she will take flight. But you don't need to be alive to witness that. Audran, ensure that they don't... Oh, I'm going to enjoy this. I can't wait to kill Audran. This is going to be pleasurable on multiple fronts. So Firewing Virus is at level 2 out of 10. My guess is that we probably need to deck into something. Ooh, she's whipping around kind of aggressively. Alright, it's weird that Firewing doesn't possess any intelligence by comparison to her peers, but maybe I just didn't pay attention when they were explaining the lore. So we need to make a hole for Blitz. A big one, so that he can get over here and do whatever it is he needs to do. I don't know what's going to happen on this side either, but they've got it covered fairly well. We're going to start with haste on Iger. Aim shot on the Vanguard Mage, 20 damage done. My goal is to get rid of him. Okay, we have an opening. Gonna take cover behind the place where Blitz will be decking, and she's gonna be his cover from now on. By contrast, Glory is gonna spend all of her AP. Hold on, let's go ahead and Get her patched up, and then we're going to have her step on over to there. Spread out a tad. Blitz's goal is going to be to get in behind cover and then start decking. It looks as though this computer terminal has basic access to the virus infusion systems being used on the captive dragon. You may be able to stem the flow of Panacea by jacking into this access point. Alright, you can bet that this is probably going to get real hairy real fast. Machine guns are out. We've taken 1 round for 12 damage. Blitz's persona is in. And so as a freebie, oh, it takes 1. I thought it was 0 AP. I don't know why I was thinking that it was free to summon an ESP. That was my bad. I was trying to get the attacker ESP up. It might be better in some cases to just do the exploder early on. I don't know. I would like attacky to get up in here. Does look like we have black ice to think about, which is concerning. I'm going to send the attack ESP in first as a decoy. God, there's so many of them. Well, I'm going to see who I can hit from here, which also affords me reasonable cover from some of the other threats that are in the vicinity. Explodey, I just kind of need you to hang out for now. Sure, take some freebie pot shots at the black ice, why not? You may as well. So we've got a buff bot over there. Explodey's already down, and then we're back in the real world. So first things first, I need to patch myself up, clearly. Let's go ahead and give ourselves a little bit of cover. So with the sniper rifle, we can get rid of the grenadier because we have multiple people over here. So that is a major threat for us. Fortunately, it looks like it's going to force us to use up all of our AP to do it because we got a couple of weak hits in there. Down he goes. We don't have to worry about catching a grenade now. Where is Audran, by the way? He's got to be around here somewhere. Extra med kits over there. Something bad's gonna happen with the dragon, I know it. It's gonna like breathe fire off. What's keeping it from breathing fire right now and just wiping us all out? By the way. One of those little concerning things that was not answered. Take a burst fire at him in the hopes that we land something. Okay, we got him with a crit. I'll take that. Move Splattercat over to here, or I'm sorry, 3-toe. Rounds away, he managed to miss. Ooh, mercenaries coming in from behind, too. What in the hell? What was that? How did he, like, teleport? That was weird. I've never seen that happen before. I'm assuming he must be some kind of adept. Start clearing out some of this ice. Next target's gonna be him. Fortunately, our damage has been nerfed versus him, so it's gonna take us a bit of effort to get rid of him. Yeah, if you can AoE, just do that. It's a guaranteed hit. Ooh, he missed with his big shot. Okay. Awesome. We kind of lucked into it right there. He's firing away from over there, so I think possibly we can get rid of him on this turn, even though he is buffed to all hell and back. Alright, so another bit of ice melted. Ooh, he's gonna buff the black ice. That's also bad. Alright, so now that I've got a ley line, we need to get rid of... This guy for sure needs to go. An executive bodyguard with 80 HP. Wow, that's gonna be tough to handle in one turn. Especially since he's got such a high dodge. Either way, no choice now. Go for it. Still managing to make hits, even though our hit chance is low. Burst fire isn't up, so I'm going to continue to just keep on slicing away at him. Pretty decent chance over there. I think I'm going to try and get rid of the guy with the automatic rifle, though, on my end. There we are. He's been gotten rid of. Sour apple style. We're point blank with a snipey. His dodge rate is just so good. So 9 damage done right there. We may have to suffer through another hit. Come on, seal the deal here. No such luck, unfortunately. Whew, lucked out there big time. I forgot those guys were even down at the bottom. Just quickly devolving into just like a nasty melee. Oh good, he's gonna fight with her instead of fighting with my Decker. Fantastic. Awesome little malfunction right there. Step into range, see if we can't do a little bit of damage to the black guys. I mean, we need to get rid of him for sure. Is your ability back up? Nope, only had the one. So I think 125 done on that turn. Not enough to get rid of it, but hopefully his buff falls off pretty soon. God. Bad luck. And he's just sitting out of cover, too. We just really have a bad hit chance. I don't know what level that ice is, but it's definitely a mean chunk of ice. My character, I think, is going to stave off... How are we doing over here? Yeah, let's go ahead and engage in fisticuffs with this guy while we're on it. So he's now gone. I'm gonna go after the mage now. So there's 20 damage done. She should have her aim shot back up. 10 damage done there. Come on, go for the kill. We can do this. I believe. Unfortunately, belief was not enough in this case. Still, she can run up on her. She's got enough AP left. Shotgun blast didn't catch 3-2 upside the head, which is really, really good for us. Healed herself for 2 HP. Okay, let's see if we can't seal the deal on this. There it is. So let's go to venting system A. Oh, there's even more. Damn. Okay, so these are all close range protocols. Bit of damage done right there, so they're all tarred in. Pull him back behind cover. I don't know if that's going to hit. 80% might be off, but it's still got one of them. As long as it's only off by a little bit. I don't know if it uses like Warhammer 40k rules right there, where it uses some kind of integer to like bounce around and tell you how far the shot bounced off, or it just goes kind of just to a random space within 5. Don't know how they've orchestrated that mechanic, but at least it worked out. That'll be okay. They're all behind cover. I'm going to try and get this one in the back because we need to start making room and getting towards the other panel. So there's another kill sealed off. He's charging at 100%, which is problematic for us. I'll run Blitz over to the flanking position. We'll take a shot at this white ice. I think he's going to get the shot off no matter what I do here, so we just have to hope that it doesn't hurt too much. A double hit right there, even though our chances were way in the lower end of the spectrum. He finally took a little bit of damage. The virus is up to 5. Oh, she does breathe fire. How did I know? Whew. All right. Other things to think about. See what we can conclude with here. I'm also doing this minus a guy, which is my other issue. If I had him shooting automatic weapons at people, we might have been okay. So I think that's it for this system. I don't see anything else anywhere. I don't know how that assists us in our goal. It might just slow down the acquisition of the virus, honestly. Let's go ahead and jack him out properly. So back in the realm of the real. I think obviously we need to think about getting 3-toe out of a kill range right now. We have a lot of mages to deal with. And so I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. One mage down. Claw that guy to death. He's only got 50 HP. Adrenal pump's not back up yet. We'll go burst fire over here. And actually, I'm going to have 3-toe fall back behind cover because I don't want him to catch a minigun to the face. Especially given that, like, we know now that the AI really, really, really likes to focus on the main character. So I would prefer to keep that from happening. Put a couple rounds on the mage. I think it's going to be sort of pointless, but... Whew. Damn. Okay, so let's give her haste. Obviously, we want to make sure that we have her AP up. With 3, she can't really get out there and do anything, but we can still make the attempt. She has no shot, unfortunately. With Blitz, his health is low enough to where I think I'm going to go for Cram here. So he got some extra AP. And we'll use one of those to heal himself and try and ensure our own survival. Then we're going to go straight after that first mage because anything in collusion with his nasty minigun is just going to make life miserable. Alright, so now that we've gotten rid of the mage, it leaves us with some sketch shots to make on Audran. So 20 damage done. $60 out of ammunition. Whew, damn. I got another one. We're almost there. God. So Blitz is in bad shape. I have to stick to my guns here, literally. What is this over here? Hold on, investigate that. Panacea Pump Station number 1. Warning, Panacea infusion sequence is locked. Disengage safety protocol to enable emergency. Okay, so we'll do Vent A. Vent A, safety protocol disengaged. It is unlocked for manual venting. Note, virus infusion process will automatically reinitiate after emergency venting. So I don't know if we have stalled the issue or what we've done here. So 20 damage done. We'll have her medkit up with her last one. I'm going to disengage the Vent B. I don't know how this helps me. Does she have a Bumona kit? Let's risk it. I don't know what's going to happen when I do this, but... I don't know what that did for me. Oh, damn, we got another teleporty bastard in here. I'm a little bit at a loss as to what I should be doing, but I think I will... Well, let's just do a long episode here. It'll be fine. I think a fairly obvious choice is to go for a heal right there. And then see if maybe this right here is what wins. Well, I don't know. Oh, I thought my game froze there for a second. I was really confused. Nothing was working. I was getting confused. No! Let's get rid of Audran. God, he gets so many attacks. So we're gonna platinum kit up. You don't know what you've done. Yeah, well. Let's go ahead and Bumona Blitz because he appears to be going downtown. And then we'll pick this up. And now we really just kind of have to hope that in one turn it doesn't gain 2 levels. I think we stalled it though by pushing those thingies. I don't know, it wasn't really clear about what happened when I vented those. The game keeps getting stuck in like some kind of weird processing state. It's making me nervous. Yeah, I think what I'll do is I might break off the episode right here just to figure out like why it's freaking out as it is. Like every time I tell it to take an action, it's taking forever to do just that. So now we'll go with Eiger, deactivate this bastard. And so the virus infusion has been aborted. Nice. We managed to make it. Okay, so let's clean up the stragglers. God, I am stressed right now. Who is he talking to? He's just like talking to nobody in the room right there. Just like ranting to himself. I think we've all agreed that he's kind of crazy anyways, so... I think we should have Blitz back up this round. I'm going to try and get 3-2 away from her fire-breathing capability. So that leaves me feeling a little bit puckered at the thought of getting fire blasted into my face as I'm trying to finish this thing off. Oh, I just snipered it point blank. That was an accident. I was clicking. No! Confront Val Clair. Okay, so I'm going to break the episode off right here because my game is acting weird and I'm afraid it's going to, like, crash on me or something. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me at the Nerd Castle for another episode of Shadowrun Dragonfall. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Take care out there, everybody, and run safely in the shadows, chummers.